All right. So as you can tell, I try to get out, and I used to get out, but right now I got stuff going on. So like Lynn, I don't have time for this shit.
You have time.
I don't.
If anything, we're both equally busy, and I still make time to do these things.
Yes.
Because if not, you end up locking yourself in this.
I need to, but see, that's me. I need to be stuck in that headspace of work, or else, because I'll get distracted and I'll allow myself to keep getting distracted.
It's not so much a distractible thing. It's kind of like you need an essence of something. Like if I were to tell you a week or two from now we were going on a hike, and you were free, you would look forward to that hike.
Yeah.
It gives you a reason to fish forward, because realistically, and this is one thing that I've learned especially with what I'm doing, because not to say that I'm doing any more than you, but obviously I have an outside job to your inside job. If I don't own that company and I don't own what I'm doing, I'm not gonna put my time into, like today my plan was originally, because I've been I've been neglecting going to the gym because I'm burnt out working. Just because I'm doing these fightings and these combo doesn't mean I'm not physically using my muscle to an extent. But then D responsibly hit me up and said, hey, I haven't heard from you in a minute. And I was like, you know what, you're fucking right. I put that on the back burner to make sure I did this. The gym's going to be a hobby. It's always going to be there. Just like jiu-jitsu would always be a hobby. It's prioritize your life around that main thing. Yes. Because if not, you're going to, like 10 years from now, what you're doing right now, is it going to matter?
Not for this company, no.
No.
But and that's, you're right. And that's where I went by the fork in the road, and I chose the path less traveled. So in this situation, whereas before, like you said, I would be maybe sinking all my time into overtime and just working, being exhausted, blah. Now I'm actually using my brain to the capacity that it's built for. So after I get off work, I go to my second job, which is the podcast. I'm editing, uploading, I'm recording videos of me writing poetry for my second book. I'm making overthinking it sessions. After I'm done with that, I'm helping my girl with her business. So we're working on her website. We're printing business cards. We just got our office and did our walkthrough. We're about to go buy our car. So it's like stuff like that is why I'm so hyper focused on getting the job done, because we're not getting any younger. I just turned 34. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like my vision has widened, and I'm like, I'm running out of time. And like you said, working for somebody else, that's where my life is gone.
And you're right. That I do respect the grind. You have that. I know you're not a fan of Andrew Tate, but you have that top G mentality. You're working because you're not broke, but in that mindset, he calls people like, you're a brokey. Because how are you going out and partying, doing a bunch of shit when you have no money to show for it? Grind, make your money, do your shit, then go enjoy afterwards.
That's how I feel.
I'm just saying, in between.
You're right, though.
It's the mindset of, if you're always going to work,
right?
When are you ever not doing something other than work?
You're right. No, you're absolutely correct.
These little things of, okay, I'm not going out every single night to go do something, but if I do get a chance, I'll go catch a movie.
You take the time.
If I do get a chance, let's go shoot some pool. If I do get a chance, let's go do a hike.
Oh yeah.
I have told a girl the same thing. It's like, if you're at the gym, because the gym became such a priority all the time, I said, look, the gym is always going to be there, just like work is always going to be there.
Never going anywhere. Right.
You make those enjoyments work around your life.
Right.
Because right now, this grind that you're doing, which is very respectful, because a lot of people most people work one job. 9 to 5, they come home, they don't exercise, they don't do shit.
Right.
So it's not like you're just done and you're just going to bed.
Right.
I see, even when D's uploading shit, I see the consistency of, all right, he's constantly doing this, he's constantly doing that. I need to pick up my stack and do this. I have to move pieces, because like you said, I'm only getting older. The gym, as much as it is a necessity because my body has to be in shape for this job, it's combined with my job, right? And then spending time with the girls, because I don't live with them, right? It's okay, I also need to make this go through, right? So then my next backdraft would be podcast. So moving these pieces around, right? Like we were saying, trying to have a me thing, which is playing a video game, that's like golden, right? So it's like, when I tell someone I'm at home doing nothing, I'm not at home doing nothing.
It's like, it's not nothing.
I don't get to enjoy.
It's nothing for me.
Yes, I don't get to enjoy sleeping. It's okay, my body is shut down and I'm tired. Because yesterday it was the same thing. I was supposed to go to the gym because I had nothing planned. And the minute I got home, I fucking knocked out. I fell asleep on the couch till almost 10:30. Whole day's gone. And I was like, well, can't go to the gym now. So I changed into my other clothes, go right into bed, go to sleep. And I've done that so many times in so many cycles, just from pure exhaustion.
It's exhausting.
Where there's other people that just do their 9 to 5 and then that's it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you tired? You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything.
We're the old people.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. I'm like, how the fuck are you tired?
Didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. When someone tells me, oh, I'm so tired, I'm like, But what did you do?
You only worked 8 hours.
Yes.
Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
working 8 to 10 hours, and I'm physically fighting with people in between. And then I still go to the gym.
Right.
Or I still, I'll go to jiu-jitsu. It's like I'm still trying to be active. And it's, age is catching up. I'm noticing I'm getting more tired. I'm not as limber. Shit hurts.
Yes.
But the one thing I don't want to stop is living, because
yes, you're absolutely correct.
To grind for X amount of years, to look forward to, it's more or less, it sucks to say, is that, do you feel like this new path that you two are taking is going to give you the ability to retire in the next 10 years?
Yes, I do believe it has the potential. And that's what I'm working for, because, wow, this turned into an interview. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, all right, we're 20 minutes in. Let's go. We'll keep it short. So with this particular situation, like,
I want the people to be curious, because I don't know a lot of people that are like-minded like myself.
Fair.
Like you. I don't know a lot of people that are doing multiple tasks at once.
Yes.
Besides you and my brother. Noah got his. First you tell me yours. Yeah. I'll edit stuff out. Yeah, because I'm proud of that kid.
I think we really have a chance here, because if you haven't heard, you're about to. My fiance is an ex-drive examiner for the DMV, who decided to open up her own drive school in Las Vegas, Nevada. While there are a handful of other drive schools out here, she, being an ex-drive examiner, has a slight advantage over some of them, just because she knows exactly what the DMV is looking for. So in this particular situation, we had to take a leap of faith, because with her wanting to pursue her own drive academy, it was a conflict of interest with the DMV. So she had to quit her job. We took out her retirement, and we've been literally, like Lynn said, we've been grinding since she finished working. So it wasn't like she quit her job and just sat down. She had to get licensed. She's working for a drive school right now to get her hours in so she can get licensed. And we got to get bonds and LLCs and EINs, and we're trying to get grants and business loans. We got to get cars and offices, and it was just this whole huge laundry list. And it was like, it reminded me kind of like watching Shark Tank, where they, it's like, you'll see somebody, they'll make a deal with them, but when they don't make a deal with those people, they kind of tell them why. And it's like most businesses fail at this point in the game because people don't have the drive to push. They don't have the financial resources or the emotional backing.
Right.
So in this situation, it's nice to see us pushing past the adversity, where most people are like, well, you need to have X amount of money in the bank and you need to already have this ready. And it's like, well, we didn't, but by the grace of God, everything is just kind of falling into place. And we printed business cards. So we printed 100 business cards within the first 3 months. No, within the first month of me printing them.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Good.
She's already given them all out. Good. So we just had to order our second one. We got our company phone started. So it's just seeing all these things fall into place and seeing that she knows what the fuck she's doing. And all I have to do is really help her with the little stuff. I really believe that we're going to be able to make this a successful, lucrative business. But to what you were saying, I agree, not to waste your life working for a potential future that may never exist or that may never come to pass.
Yes.
So yeah, you're exactly correct on that. And that's where I was going with my job now. Because like I said, I've been there 7.5, 8 years. I'm still just a peon.
I feel
I'm
like
not
you've
management.
been there longer than that.
No. Oh.
Really? Because I've been with 7 years now, and I feel like you worked even before that.
I'm going on 8 years.
Yeah,
I'm going on 8 years. And actually, this month, this will be my eighth year.
It's a long time.
So, but I'm still just taking phone calls. Yeah. I haven't been promoted. I've been used in these positions, but never promoted. And so that's where I had to kind of step back, widen my field of view, and get that perspective. And it's like, okay, I'm wasting my life giving this company my precious resource of my life, my intelligence, my try hard, when they're only giving me a paycheck, which, by the way, is the bare fucking minimum any business could do for you. You're sacrificing your life, which is priceless. Then you came to me with the podcast, and then my brother hit me up and he's like, well, you should write a book. And then my girl comes to me and she's like, I'm thinking about starting a drive school. And so all these things, like I said, just started falling into place. So I feel that I have been put into this position where I need to hump now to reap the benefits in the future, as opposed to with this current job, oh, I have to wait till I retire and hopefully my 401k is built up.
And that's it's funny, is because you sound identical to what I was just saying. Either just, I don't know, I'm having a brain fart if I said this to you now or when I was talking on the phone. Same thing. What I'm doing right now is I'm grinding these because I'm staying almost a half hour to an hour's worth of overtime at the end of each one of these shifts for this last week that this manager's been here, and it's not mandatory, but I know this program that's being built. They're getting I don't sit high enough on the table to be able to build anything on this, and they're allowing me to take like fucking 60% of it and like, hey, input your shit, and when it's done, we run with this, and whatever it changes into, it won't only just affect the in-service side, but it affects the NSOT side. And I know that if I grind it and I get it done, I'll be able to reap the benefits at the end because I changed this. Yes. And this came through me. So I get it. Now that you're saying it, I'm hearing you pretty much project it in your avenue. It makes sense. I get that.
Because like I said, before I'm 40, I want to be done working for somebody else.
I've said this before 100 times too, is that when I'm 40, I'm done. I'm not, even if I have to fucking scavenge the world and do some or rob a goddamn bank, I'm not in my 40s doing something I don't want to do.
Exactly.
Like the guys that I was training with at work, they're both retired. They're ERT. And anytime you're an ERT, because it's an emergency response team, you have to have prior military, prior law enforcement, all that stuff. The dude I was showing you, he's an ex Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah. Dude is vicious.
Yeah, and he's 60 years old, and he's tossing us around fighting with us like it's nothing, and he's having a blast.
Right.
So this isn't even a job for him.
Yeah.
It's just, I had nothing else to do, so I took this position, and he's a manager. He's
I work with
when
that.
You're that level of fuck you, just like I'm so good that I have a retirement that I could live off of, but you know what, I'm bored, let me get in this position. Oh, I'm so good, let them promote me. He's like one of the head managers, but he's acting like a kid in this area. Just striking, do this crazy fucking fights, and it's like, I want to be at that. I want to be like, if I'm doing something and I'm getting paid to do it, it's because I'm just having fun.
Enjoying
I'm having fun, not like, ugh, I have to do this because there's nothing else there.
Right.
Building this resume, and same thing what you're doing, just building all these other things now that I can network by socializing through a podcast.
Right.
I can network through any kind of security or cyber terrorism or human trafficking. Like I have a broad spectrum. I wish I was where you were at right now and I knew where to put it, because
it's not easy.
Nor do I want to stay under this company anymore.
Of course.
I would like to do my own thing, but I need it all put together in like doc form to show somebody.
Right. And it's not easy.
No.
It's one of those things. I didn't know that 7 years when I started with, my company, that my girl would just come to me and be like, let's start this business. I didn't know 5 years down the road, you'd be like, yo, bro, let's start a podcast.
Now, would you have been ready back then? Had this same predicament dropped to you in your lap 10 years from now? You're 34, so 24?
Yep.
You feel like at 24?
Would I have been ready?
Mentally?
I'm going to say yes.
You think so? Not saying
you're
like
right.
rude towards you. I'm saying
you're
for
right.
me, I don't feel like I would have been the same person I am now.
Because
I had to be in my 30s to understand this.
It's because of who we are. We adapt. So now that I'm older, I'm more self-reliant, where it's like, okay, I need to know something, so I will go try to find it before I ask for help.
Right.
As where back in the day, I might have been like, okay, I'm just being lazy. Yo, just tell me what I need to do and I'll go do it. So in that particular sense of it, back in the day, no, I wouldn't have been able to handle it as far as like time management, as far as making sure I follow through with the promises I make to my fiance on behalf of the company, things like that. No, I wouldn't have been able to. But as far as adapting to the situation, I think, yes, I could have handled it back at 24.
That's true.
And that's kind of like with me and you, how we did construction back in the day. There's a certain level of badassery that you have to kind of take on to work in concrete, to lay rebar, to sit there for fucking hours and literally watching concrete dry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we're up there with Notch at least every weekend, 6 a.m, fucking 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just coming home, exhausted. That did something to us. You know what I mean? And so now that we live in this new day and age where being a big, strong-ass man isn't cool anymore,
no,
we have to redirect that energy to something beneficial. So unfortunately, when I stepped down from doing security and I took on the mantle of doing work from home, I had to make a sacrifice. I sacrificed my physical to boost my mental.
Which makes sense.
So I stopped going to the gym and all that shit. I'm not super fat or anything like that, but I can definitely see, my muscle mass is strong. I put on a little fat. That's okay. I'll live. But at the same time, my mental I can out mental Lynn in a heartbeat because I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. But at the same time, physically, we'll go hiking and I'm huffing and puffing. I'll keep up, but I'm huffing and puffing and Lynn's, Billy goating up the fucking mountain. So there's a sacrifice depending on what you need to do.
I agree.
And even now, we're about to get a treadmill because I don't want to go to LVAC. I'm tired of looking at thought pockets, and I would love to go walking, but it's too fucking hot outside or too cold. So I don't want to get sick. So I'm like, let's just get a treadmill. Yeah. I need to still exercise because my body still needs to be taken care of. But my mind is like Super Saiyan.
Yeah, your body definitely, and that's true. If you got the mentality of a Super Saiyan, but then you've got the body of Krillin or Yamcha, it doesn't do you any good.
It doesn't do me no good.
It's you've super succeeded your mental aspect to be able to take your cognitive ability to be able to dissect things is definitely above most people that I know.
I try.
And
it hurts.
I have the same thing where it's like I might not be as cognitively aware as you are, but I notice there's times, and I've had to check myself to humble myself more or less, is that if I'm having a conversation with somebody and I feel like, to me, it's common sense on what is to be said or done, and they haven't gotten it, I get frustrated. I'm like, how do you not know this? This is common fucking sense. Because I'm not feeling like I'm any smarter.
Yes.
But I do absorb information through podcasts. I do read books. I do study things that are important. And
you're a critical thinker.
Yes. So difference. If your mentality were to be, like, say, out of 100%, where would you put yourself? So physical to mental, where would you put yourself at?
Nowadays, I would say definitely 90% mental, 10% physical.
So mine's is probably, I want to say 60% physical, 40% mental. Yeah, I feel like I have a higher mentality than most.
Yes.
But I do attribute a lot of my stuff.
You still have to split.
Yes. I know that when it comes to certain situations, because of my physical attributes, I know that because I'm physically strong and technical with grappling and fighting, that when I do come across a conversation with certain people,
right.
I was just talking to the girl not too long ago about this. Is like I haven't for a very, very long time had anybody challenge me.
Yes.
Like legit try to talk shit. Like I get upset when I hear that other person is bullying a person.
Yes.
Or when they're talking shit or acting like they're better, because I don't do that.
Right.
So I want to be that guy. Like, talk shit to me.
Right. Like, come at me, bro.
And there's been times where, like, there'll be students that, because I train 30 to 35 students every week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always kids or a couple adults where you'll get people that'll come in and act tough and talk a lot of shit, or a bunch of ghetto kids. Yes. And they'll do it amongst one another and bully. And sometimes they'll even do it to my instructors. But then when I teach moves and I go through stuff and they see how technical I am, and I'm not talking shit, and then I try to get someone to challenge me because they'll say something. They're like, hey, well, why don't you come challenge me? They back out so quick.
Like a dog with his tail between his legs.
It frustrates me. Yep. And then I get it from the girl where she tells me, she goes, dude, you're intimidating. She goes, you're intimidating by the way you carry yourself. It's just your face. It's the way that you act, the way that you move. And I'm like, that's great. It's cool. But then
I don't get to do anything with
it. It's like you told me, what's the point in having all these abilities and this muscle if I can't actually implement it on it?
Right.
I want to be strong, but there's no point in being strong if I can't use it.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay, if that isn't a purpose, should I pull back and increase my mental?
Yes, and that's a difficult, man. It's a hard balance. It's a tightrope to walk, and only because when you take that hit, obviously I'm not weak. I rearranged my entire house multiple times.
I saw.
Yeah. I did all this by myself. I just got bored and just moved shit one day.
Which is nice.
And so I still have, like I told my girl, it's like I have my times where I have to be a man. I have to do like manly stuff, and it's just because it's that instinct in me, but I also have to push it down because it's like, okay, let's go to the gym, let's pump some iron, let's go on the stretch cage, let's hit the stretch. I can't. I need to edit, I need to upload, I need to do this, I need to do that.
It's not bad to have, like, that 10%. My recommendation, and this is just based off of health,
right,
pull it down to a 20, maybe 25, 75, just so you can, because at the end of the day, your body still needs to get you to where you need to get.
Right.
If you're mentally as strong as Stephen Hawking's, but then you're fucking crippled in a wheelchair, you're useless. You're useless. You're gonna die anyways.
I literally went to the other extreme.
When you get to that point where you're in your 40s, and this is the biggest thing, a big advocate of, like, training with this guy, his name is Andrew, this BMA black male adult from ERT. Like, this guy trained on different parts of the world. Yeah. And with him being a military background and a Marine and all this, it's like he's mentioned it. He's like, had I not kept myself in physical peak condition throughout this time, I wouldn't be in the position I am now, where I'm 60 still being able to function. Of course. The downside is that if you don't focus on your physical fitness and keep it going, that when you are ready to retire, who's to say you're going to be able to physically go?
Yes.
Your body's going to fall apart.
Yes.
You're going to want to go surfing or do something
Right.
or enjoy like being on the beach for the first time, and then your fucking back gives out.
Yes.
So that's my advocate is try
you're right.
to increase your physical output, even if it's like you said, the treadmill thing is a good thing.
Right.
Hikes, I'll throw on a sweater and we'll rock with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
We'll go
We'll
do
do
something.
it.
The gym, I understand it, and one thing I've had to put in my mind perspective is because there's a lot of thirst traps walking around there, but it only gives me the grind to want to push harder.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
I see it and then I look at it and I'm like, you know what, fuck you. And I'll go to lift because I know at the end of the day that that vanity of what they have.
Yes.
I'm seeing guys that are built to look big and strong,
Yes.
and then I'm out lifting them.
Right,
And I'm
which
like,
is
you know
weird.
what? You're fucking nobody. And then when you get a thirst trap that walks around, the less attention you give them, the more they want to look at you.
Right.
So it's like I'll catch from the corner of my eyes somebody staring, but then if I go to look, they automatically like, no, don't look at me.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, so fuck them. Use that gym to strengthen your mind in the aspect of they're not gonna drain your mental focus on that because this gym is okay. Mm-hmm. The Flamingo gym, good fucking luck.
Yo, no,
that I would go in
House
angry.
of thoughts.
Yes, I would go in angry because I
Yes.
was like, you're just there. You're going to lift and you're sitting there in front of a glass and someone will stand right in front of you and start working out.
No,
Because
they're
there's just-
literally on the stretch cage doing like stripper pole
'cause
splits.
There's no room for that.
Nobody needs to what exercise are you doing where
But-
you have to do a full fucking 180-degree split? Okay, I'm good.
But the Lake Mead gym, there's more possibility.
No, you're right, and
got
that's what I
more
mean.
to
Like
move.
I realize now that I'm trying to work towards a future where I have more time because like I've told, like me and you've talked about, I hate going to the gym, coming home tired, and it's like, oh, now I have to go to sleep and I got to wake up and go to work when I should be sleeping, when I should be having a good healthy meal right now, when I should be stretching or doing other things. Like I want to have that time. I'm about me now. And that's really what it's about. I'll make that slight sacrifice for a few years. Slight physical sacrifice where it's like, okay, I need to maintain what I eat. I need to make sure I don't go ham because I don't have that physical exercise like I used
To
to.
expose the food, yeah, you're not using those calories for anything.
You know what I mean? But I'm still using my brain. So we're 42 minutes in. So we'll call that an episode.
Yeah, we're done for the day. That was quite a bit.
That was kind of a real talk.
That was a real talk. That was nice. That was nice. Getting shit off my chest.
All right. So once again, if you haven't yet already, please like, share, subscribe. All of our social media links will be in the description down below. GoFundMe link will also be in the description. My Amazon link for my book, A Lost Mind Guided by a Tormented Soul, will be in the description down below. I'm D.
This is Lynn.
Check us out. We love you guys. Keep your head in the motherfucking cloud.
Keep your feet on the ground, always moving forward.
And we will catch y'all in the next episode. Deuces.
So long.
No. Stop.